13th on the grid, already up into the podium positions.
And Benyat Fernandez, of course, he's already had a win in race 2 at Le Mans, so we know he's inside Brian Iriarte on the 51, and up the inside is the 50 of Carter Thompson, the Australian.
And look at the 13 of Hakim.
And he lost about 5 places.
Oh, we've already got a crasher. That's Joel Pons, who's out of Rotten at top end.
And and the point is, I think all 5 of them know that you need the slipstream here. Veda's tried to run away with it and couldn't, and they know 3 seconds covering the whole grid at the moment. So 51, it is Brian Iriarte with the advantage.
Gracious me.
Well, as I think, you know, it looks so far, and there's the 7. What a great move from Benyat Fernandez. Goes Lee and Danish are disappearing up front.
Yeah, this is in 5th though, up 15 places. What a ride this is by the tie rider.
Absolutely, you can see how close the whole grid's.
This race, he's finished 3 out of 4 races so far. A very quiet Le Mans, just taking away a few points, but had a great start through up the inside to the right-hander.
Brilliant stuff. That's 180 kilometres an hour, 112 miles an hour there as that move uphill. The 51 of Brian Iriarte.
Weaving from one side of the track to the left and trying to keep it fairly sensible as Thompson and Singapore both swing quick.
When you can win a race on a different planet like you did at Essen last year, it really has, there's nothing wrong with it, that you need the slipstream. So there really is no point in doing anything silly at this point in the race. Just hang in there. We've got 7 laps to go and a couple of corners, and then sort it out over the
number 4 of Sullivan Mounty in there too. Zemitani the 34, but no, it looks to be Hakim Danish who's got the inside line terribly, only as Singapore takes it straight back from him.
And I didn't see who it was. It went way right. Thompson, the Australian, who has the slightest advantage.
I think it was Morelli who went really wide at turn 1, Peter. He's down to 19th now from there. Got to give a shout out to Thompson and Mounty. That's a good start from them. Thompson could have expected him to be at the moment, but look at this. Asia Talent Cup 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. Red Bull rookies out the race. So yeah, it's no one's really got the pace as before. It's a high 2:02 the last time around. They are going to get quicker as they get more confident. Himself, a KTM factory rider, could be helping out.
Well, that's an interesting point you make, because I know that from
this Iriarte, your previous winner for so far this season.
And the 34 of Zemitani's in 2nd place, the Japanese, 18-year-old Japanese, and he's side as they go over the hill.
Danish who's going to come into first up. It's starting to Iriarte then. So the slipstream effect really takes on. Benyat Fernandez slots into 3rd.
Up into 3rd. There he goes inside Riche Moodley. The 28 goes inside Riche Moodley, runs a little bit wide. Who's coming back under his job? That was gets pushed back to 7th place. So in the lead we now have Iriarte from Danish. It's as you were with us, championship lead. Has pace, but he's been a bit disappointing the last couple of races. Obviously trying to put that right. Veda Ega, the 54, a lot was set on the final lap, so that was okay. You know, time management wise yesterday, very much so. Let's just see how.
Now Brian Iriarte snatches the lead right back from Carter Thompson. That was a brilliant set of moves. Absolutely. Last year, I could go one better than that. He wants to be a junior GP champ and Red Bull Rookies champ in the same year, like the riders all before. Sometimes it's been a double long lap, but it'll be very miffed to find that out as they come across the start and finish straight. He'll receive that news. There they come. It is the 51 from the 7. You've also got Singapore back there, the number 8300 championship last weekend. Fernandez and Thompson taking a win apiece. Really good stuff, carrying through that one for the cup.
Fernandez, of course,
this was the move from Benyat Fernandez. Yeah, there you go, just hung it out wide, extra throttle and switched it.
He has the advantage again, out onto the start and finish to complete lap 2.
With Sullivan Mounty up from 11th on the grid there in 7th as well, just off the back of this group. So we've
Danish and Brian Iriarte, in theory, some of them at least, can go quicker. Let's see. We're ready for the Red Bull MotoGP rookies. The lights are out and away we go. Who makes a good start? Christian Daniel Jr. is tucked in behind Brian Iriarte, but it is the 51 of Brian Iriarte that leads. The American is behind him. But well, they head down to the first corner. Who's going to be brave on the brakes? Up the inside. No, it's Brian Iriarte who has it covered and sweeps through the first round.
Them two have history back from Jerez, the first round of the year. You've got Gonzalez in 5th as well, Peter.
Yes, and already the 7th.
Looked at what happened yesterday and thought, I can't have that kind of mess again. If I have more pace, I need to go for it. Christian Daniel, as these two are very close childhood friends. They've grown up racing each other all along, and as they're getting all involved, it is Pratama who goes through into the lead.
He's there, but absolutely superb stuff from Veda Pratama. As you said, Matt, the other two are mucking each other up, and Veda just took advantage of that.
He's actually nerfed wide by Marco Morelli yesterday. That's why Morelli, the Argentinian, got his long lap penalty, but all cleanly through today. Look at the number 7, Benyat Fernandez, going round the outside.
And Benyat Fernandez, of course, he's already had a win in race 2 at Le Mans, so we know he has pace, but he's been a bit disappointing in the last couple of races, obviously trying to put that right. Veda Pratama, the 54.
Up with the GoPro Sunday, that thing
which completes the front row. Who's going to get the good start? And it's going to be fascinating to see the guys coming off the back of the grid, the likes of Benyat Fernandez. On the rev limiter, and away they go. Certainly Brian Iriarte's got a good run. You can see the 51. Is he going to? No, it's Veda Pratama who has the advantage. It's Veda who leads into the left one.
Well, this is absolutely fascinating then, and you can see Mitani and Ramadeepa having their own little battle back in 8th and 9th, 12th and 13th. So Morelli's found his feet a little bit, hasn't he? What was he doing last time out? Last lap around a 2:03. But it's the result here today. In 3rd place, your winner yesterday, Marco Morelli, in the slipstream of Dinesh, coming down towards turn 6.
And they're spread out across there, super determined in 2nd, and is right on the tail of Veda Pratama now.
He is looking for success today after being wiped out of the race unceremoniously yesterday. Quiles has made quite a recovery. Martinez as well, I believe, unless he's just gone really, really wide, caught up in some kind of kin. Jerez, 8 points coming away from that one. So, but this is, he's going to get a bit of a nosebleed here.
Veda Pratama.
Pratama taking such a different, well, I mean, all 5 of them doing completely different. Time of it, dealing with an injury from Winter. That won't help him whatsoever. And we see Monaco.
I wonder if it is those cold left-hand side of the tyres that's calling out falls.
Really seeing it properly strung out, Peter. This is absolutely fascinating. I wonder what the conditions are like out there. I mean, the pace, 2 for causing a crash yesterday, and then he remounted and crashed under a yellow flag at turn 2. So that's why he'll have a
riding skill. It really has to be a mental thing, doesn't it?
You know, exactly. He's very, very high praise rider in the Junior World. Last 3 races he's not finished. He was the European Talent Cup last weekend. He was wiped out of
game. Okay, and you don't know why. I mean, he could have been in the wrong position or what. I have no idea. Well, we don't know exactly.
Oh, we've got 2 riders down, unfortunately. Joel Pons and Christian Daniel down and out of.
It's disappearing up in the lead, and he doesn't want to let him get too far ahead. So Kies very determined. And it still is Veda Pratama who has the advantage. Brian Iriarte in 2nd.
Look right there.
That is superb stuff. But they know Brian Iriarte there as he tries to hang on to Veda Pratama. He didn't look quite as smooth and cool.
What is that, Peter?
And Moodley has a jump start, so that's a disaster for him. He's going to have a long lap penalty with Brian Iriarte and the leader Veda Pratama on the 54.
That is an impressive move because that is so fast into there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I say they don't
on the start and finish straight, but here they come. Morelli leads from Dinesh, Quiles, Carthay, and it's most of the others, apart from Pugliese and Dinesh, they're in 2:02s. Everybody else in minimum 2:03.
Double long lap penalty. There's a confirmation race direction, and he should receive that. Let's hope he sees a notification of that at least. Anyway, back to the back of the grid with a grid penalty yesterday. He's in the middle of the 3rd row, and he has been incredibly quick. So he's got a 6th, 2/5, the win in Le Mans, and a crash. 17-year-old Spaniard from the middle of a Red Bull MotoGP. 66 kilometres around. Getting into the first corner first. And away they go, and again Brian Iriarte gets it rolling very well, and so does Veda. Veda again has the advantage from pole position, just that extra to get into the first corner ahead as he did yesterday.
And it is Veda and Brian already with a couple of bike lengths then up towards turn 5, a massive overtaking spot coming up as we see Hakim Dinesh going side by side, Benyat Fernandez going downhill slightly towards the reverse corkscrew. Now you cannot imagine how steeply downhill this is. Much further up the grid in this sort of part of the race than he was yesterday. Now we head, we're Ryan, then David Gonzalez. It was Christian Daniel getting overtaken there by, I think, Hakim Dinesh. They're not making our job very easy.
Not at all. But of course, yeah, Christian Daniel, those with a grid penalty, had to come off the back of the grid yesterday. That, of course, contributed to the the crash.
It is
trying to do
Dinishin
too
the
much
third.
too soon.
It's Dinishin is the number 13. So a really good start from the Malaysian from 7th, cleanly overtaken there.
Right, and it's the slipstream down the back.